Tim Bradley talks about Canelo versus Jacobs. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Tim Bradley, he's obviously working with ESPN. They have a fight tomorrow, Vasyl Lomachenko versus Anthony Corolla, and he was at the weigh-in today because it's a Friday fight. You know, for whatever reason, they have Lomachenko fighting on a Friday, and he's supposed to be pound for pound #1. And, you know, the people there, you can find it online. They were talking to Tim Bradley, asked about Canelo Jacobs since they had him, and Bradley said some interesting things. He was like, man, Jacobs, that's my guy. We go way back from, you know, they're around the same age, and the amateurs. They were in the amateurs at the same time, things like that. So he knows Jacobs well. He calls him a friend. And he was like, Canelo was a monster, though. So the only thing that has him, you know, not knowing who to pick is, he says, Jacobs has some defensive lapses, right? And he's like, I just want to talk to Jacobs and be like, man, stop doing the shoulder roll and this and that. You know, you got to be on your P's and Q's because Canelo, you know, he's a beast. But he says it's a good fight. Both guys can win. Both guys have the power to hurt each other. And I think that was notable. He said he has the tools in the toolkit. He just got to put it together. And, you know, I don't always agree with Tim Bradley's, like, commentary. You know, I'll just leave it at that. But I agree here. I think Daniel Jacobs has the tools to beat Canelo. But what he's up against, he's going to have to put it all together on that given night. For one, we all know it's hard to beat Canelo on the scorecards. So with that in mind, you can't make as many mistakes as maybe Canelo can make. You know, you have to make emphatic decisions that are going to impact the rounds. Like if it's close, like some of the recent Jacobs performances, no way, shape, or form do I see them giving the fight to Jacobs as opposed to Canelo. That's just the way. It's sad that we have to view boxing like this, but you know, we know how it goes with the A side. And what I'm saying, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Canelo has had some skittish scorecards. You know, Austin Trout, they did the open scoring, and they had Canelo in a pretty competitive fight, winning like every round to the point where Trout needed a knockout to win halfway through, which wasn't the fight that I seen. Levi Martinez had Canelo winning 117 to 111 versus Edison De Lata, which is another bullshit scorecard. Adelaide Berg gave, in the Golovkin first fight, Canelo 10 rounds. Even if you had Canelo winning, come on, 10 rounds though, you know, Golovkin only won 2. It's just not realistic. You know, it makes it hard to believe. You know, and even more unbelievable is CJ Ross's scorecard with Floyd Mayweather. She allegedly seen a draw in a fight where Mayweather arguably won every round. You know, Canelo looked pretty horrible. Worst career performance to date from Canelo. You know, not to mention Amir Khan. Amir Khan was acquitting himself well till he got knocked out. And then they looked at the judges' scorecards. All like 2 or 3 of the judges had Canelo winning by like a lot. And I had Canelo losing. I gave Canelo round 5 and 6. 6 is where he pulled the trigger and got the knockout. So, you know, we're just looking for fair scoring, but that's just the reality. You know, politics come into play, and it seems to always go the side of the A-side person, especially like, you know, Canelo making all this money with DAZN, and, you know, everyone knows the influence that Canelo has. So I agree with Jacobs here. I think Jacobs I agree with Bradley here, excuse me. Jacobs has the tools to get it done. Canelo has also looked extremely good in his since his loss, you know, in a lot of his fights. Not saying every single fight, but Rocky Fielding, he gained a lot of confidence fighting a bigger guy and just tearing him up, you know. So I'm just looking forward to a good fight. May 4th, it's going to be Canelo versus Jacobs. Bradley, he said some good points. I think they both can hurt. A lot of people have this notion Canelo's invincible or something. He could be hurt. I mean, if Jose Miguel Cotto can hurt him, then a bigger Jacobs, who even at the 30-day weigh-in, you know, Jacobs was like 175.4 and Canelo was like 8 pounds away from 160. So, you know, Jacobs without a doubt is a bigger man. I agree with Bradley. He just has to put it together, have a fluid game plan, make adjustments, adapt. But looking at Jacobs' more recent fights, like Derevyanchenko and Zaleski, to me, I thought he won those fights, but I don't think that'll be good enough against a Canelo, because, you know, after those fights were over, some people were like, oh, Zaleski won, and some people said Derevyanchenko won. I personally thought Jacobs did win, like he got awarded the victory, but I think he has to rid any type of doubts. Like, you know, he has to, you know, just win the round solid. If it's just like super close and competitive, I just don't see it going his way. So, you know, we're going to see how it all plays out. He also has a rehydration clause, so he's going to have to be mindful of that or pay a hefty fee. You know, Golden Boy and Canelo's team put in the rehydration clause. And please don't tell me it's the IBF rules, because they got rid of it for unifications. In a unification, which this fight is, the IBF has done away with the same-day weigh-ins. So, know your boxing. Let me know what you guys think of Bradley saying Canelo's a monster. He's pulling for Jacobs, but, you know, he's being realistic and says Jacobs, the defensive lapses. And like I said, if you look at Jacobs' recent performances like Derevyanchenko, Luis Cuba Arias, and Zaleski, those guys aren't considered rated as high or on Canelo's level, so to speak. So he's going to have to tighten up. That's basically what Bradley is saying. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. Signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.